Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome. My name is TheSparrowsJourney. What a surprise, I would say. I would be lying if I said I was expecting this game from a very long time ago. No. I heard about this game about maybe 1 month ago. It's not like Ark or H1Z1 where I waited like 1 full year before I could finally play the game. The Culling, what is this? And why am I comparing it to Ark or H1Z1? Because it makes sense. It's a battle royale game on an arena with 16 people until everyone kills everyone and just there's one last man standing being the winner. Is the game original? No. Not by any stretch of the imagination, ever. Is the game astonishingly looking good with great graphics and visuals? No. Once again, the answer is no. Is the gameplay absolutely amazing? It's not bad. It's okay, but it's not where the game distinguished itself from any other survival game out there. So, why is this game right now so successful and so famous among streamers on Twitch and even on YouTube? Well, there's one answer for that, and I think the answer is because it captures everything this niche ever wanted from video gaming. H1Z1, in my opinion, was right now the only game that really made it to very close of what this niche wants. And what this niche wants, I suppose, it's a good competitive with good gameplay game where you fight each other with balance and your choices actually matter in the game for the outcome. I think they have done a beautiful marketing campaign, and the reason they made it so far on Twitch is because they are spreading a lot of keys between the most famous Twitch streamers, and by doing that they're actually getting a lot of exposure. So the Culling is right now, I would say, a successfully launched early access game. Actually, it's not even launched. I would be lying if I said that. The game is coming out on the 8th of March, same day than The Division. It's going to be interesting to see where those two games hold up, even though the Culling obviously has by no means the same finances that The Division has. The Division is made by Ubisoft. The Culling, if I haven't said by now, is made by Deviant Games. The tutorial is well done and it teaches you the basics, even though if you come from Survival of the Fittest on Ark or H1Z1, you will not need in any way to play this. You have free-for-all, which you play by yourself against 15 other people, or you have teams of 2. So you can get into a game and play with the loot you find. You can get into the game and play with the loot that you can call from a drop. And for this point, I will show you this. These are drops that you can call randomly during the course of the game if you have a certain number of points. This one is called Lumberjack and it requires 100 points. This one is called Pothead. It requires only 50 points. You need to go to a specific point in the map to call the personal drop. They call these personal drops because there are random drops in the world. They are random events. Or there's even a chance of crafting. There's crafting in the game. And calm down, it's not a in-depth crafting system. It's not really that great, I would say, but they have done it so that you can get the basic weapons and the basic tools at the start. You will never ever, unless you're very, very good, you will never win a game with stuff that you craft. You need to progress through that point to something greater. So there's also a way to customize your character, not only visually with items that you can get from every single match. Yes, no matter if you lose or win a game, you always get loot. And they need to change things around, in my opinion, over here. I'm going to show you some of the visuals that you can have for your character. There's hoodies, there are motorcycle jackets. They really need to invest more time and detail into the customization. I know there's a lot of items, but most of them are just different colored kind of items. You don't have any chance to change your face other than 3 of them. You have only 3 choices for your face. You have a couple choices for your skin color. You still don't have a female body, but this is still an early access game. There are certain ways that you can make your character better in some aspects, and this really impacts your gameplay. you have 3 loadout slots over here. And currently, I'm using either this Leatherface, it's called that, because my airdrop is the chainsaw. Either way, perks. This is where the game stands out for me. You have a lot of perks, and there is no restrictions. I can't just choose to go with a complete tankish guy, which I actually don't have right now. I had before, which is basically a guy that has health pool increased, that has toughness, which decreases the damage taken, which has, for instance, a melee weapon perk, which tells you you take less damage when using that weapon. You get the idea. Right now, this is what I'm using. Leg day, movement speed, health pool increased, and stamina pool increased as well. I'm choosing this together with a chainsaw, and I'm getting good results. I'm going to show you a little bit of a game, but I will most likely upload a lot more videos with wins, with funny moments, with highlights, maybe with tips as well in this game. I'm going to choose a free-for-all. 2 minutes in the waiting queue to get into a game. Not too shabby. I am not aware how many people they have invited for the closed beta. This is still a closed beta, so it's not like everyone can access it. So the server should be, I wouldn't say empty, but they're certainly not full. But the game has had a pretty good gamer base, a good player base. I've never found too many or too much of a waiting queue. Alright, so this is the world map. The world map is not big, but it's not supposed to be, I guess. I'm gonna make my first gun, which is the blowgun, which also needs to be changed. I will keep giving you hints of what needs to be changed or not, because I have fairly good amount of hours into the game to know or to realize what needs to be changed or not. So this is the crafting panel, and you can get all the recipes right from the start. There's no need to level up, there's no need to discover. This is how it is. A direct, action-packed game where they give you everything you need to know, and they give you the tools to win a game. I've just crafted a blowgun, which is what most people start with. Now, this blowgun does not do a great amount of damage. The bow actually does more damage than this. But what is special about this blowgun, this is another problem with the game, by the way. The items take a little bit to render into the game world. So you need to wait a few seconds before going away from a cabinet, because it might actually spawn something. Alright, I have a melee weapon, and I have pepper spray. Now, this is the point where I start making decisions. You have 5 inventory slots, but 2 of them are locked from the start. You either craft a satchel, which will give you 1 more inventory slot, or you find a backpack, but that's pretty rare. So what I'm going to do right now, and there are a few ways to play this out. You have a device machine, which is this one over here, this talking one, where you can recycle items for points. And with those points that you can see on the bottom left, together with my stamina bar and my health bar, will allow you to call a drop, which we were talking about earlier. You need 100 points to call a personal drop if it is the one that I have selected. You might need less if you have a different one selected. So it's a choice between what you think might be worth it or not. For instance, if I think I use this pepper spray a lot, I will keep it to myself, and I will use it once I have the chance. If, on the other hand, I feel I will not use this, and I might as well use what I have in my personal drop, I will just sell it and keep doing it with other items. There's several ways to play this game. It's about just to think what is the best way for you personally. So I will keep looting this place. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. You have an item which is a man track, which will track you down and tell you what is the nearest target. So if someone gets one of those, they might check me out and they might know where I am right now. There's perks to be stealthy, which means you will not do any sort of noise in the game, not crafting, not while walking. So there's people here that have been killed, as you can see. You can also look into the sky and check the boards. I really like all these details that they've put in the game. A lot of people think this announcer, for instance, is very cheesy. Yes, it is. Is he annoying though? At some point, maybe if you have like 100 hours, maybe you will want a choice to just disable him, just to shut him up, I really like it. It reminds me about, for instance, BioShock and those cheesy, ironic, sarcastic comments that you had when you would die or when you would buy something at the slot machine. I love it. There's people that are gonna hate it. It's your personal choice. So how big is the map, you're probably wondering. I could get that cache. That cache is a points cache, which will give me more thanks. That is determining the border of the map, those machines over there and that blue barrier. Just like in Hunger Games, you know, while playing this game you will have huge feelings from Hunger Games, because that's basically what it is in a nutshell. So what I'm doing right now is using this blowgun to shoot them. Those caches normally have greater loot than these cabinets, so let me get there and open one up. You have blue ones. This one is green, which means you can open it no matter what. I'm gonna replace this trap over here. I'm gonna actually put it. Why not? Because you can actually trigger this if you're the one who put it down. This was not a good placement. No, not at all. This was not a good placement at all. I'm just gonna put it over here. That one in the stairs over there is a waste, unless I do something like this. I do feel that people can still jump over this. Now, I might have wanted to keep... Someone is nearby. I can hear someone crafting, so let's pay attention to that. Maybe we want to stay down here. Maybe we want to pick up this, which is a medkit, which is sort of overpowered because it heals you all the way up no matter how much HP that you have. Currently, the bathroom, the toilets over there don't have any items on them. They don't spawn any. So one of the tactics most people are using is hitting the guy with this blowgun, which will poison them and make them throw up once in a while, which means they will not be able to block, they will not be able to shove, they will not be able to attack. It's basically a stun for a few seconds. So that's what I'm going to try to do, because it's one of the most effective ways to kill someone. Okay, so I've hit the guy with a blowgun. He is buffing himself up, so it might be a good idea to just run away, because he's actually all the way buffed. I have sold a couple of buffs, if I'm not mistaken. You have seen me selling some buffs over there. Is the guy chasing me? Not really, so we're just gonna run off, because this is a fight we don't want to get into. We're not ready. And one of my focus over here is to get points. I'm not sure if he has a man tracker or not, so let's try to pay attention to our back. A grenade! That could certainly help. Alright, let's go and risk it for the biscuit. Oh, he's actually over there. That was not a good throw. Let me get my blowgun again and try to hit him again. As you can see, there's bullet drop in the game. And if you have a ranged weapon on your hands and if someone hits you, you're gonna immediately drop that gun. He is still sick from blowgun, as you can see. Can also throw weapons which are not ranged. And if you try to run away, the fact that someone hits you from behind will do more damage. So you have to be careful when you actually want to run or not. I was expecting this guy to melee me so that I could show you a little bit of the mechanics of the game. Basically, you have the normal attack. You can charge your attack for more damage. It will take you a few seconds to charge up that attack, and it will spend some stamina to do so. And then you have block with your right click. You can finally throw your weapon like so. I'll pick it up again. There's something else that he dropped. Maybe a man track. Maybe that's how he got me. Yeah, he had a man tracker, which is a device with which you can track the nearest target. It's not too distant. The distance at which you can track someone is not that far, which means the guy could totally be on that side of the river already and seeing me. It just gives you a feeling or a sense of where people are at. So let me check here the positions and how many people are currently alive. If you look at the screen board over there. So there's 2 people that kill 3 guys. So they should be buffed very buffed, and they have a good chance to win. The more people you kill, the more points you will have, and the more points you have, the more you'll be able to call for personal drops. And you can even call for more than one if it benefits you. Normally, a personal drop will contain a weapon, which normally is one that you feel comfortable with. And sometimes they will drop, well, not sometimes, they will always drop what they contain in your airdrop in the UI when you are in the menu. And some of them, if you choose so, they have personal buffs, such as stamina buffs, such as running buffs. The screen is now turning black and white because I need stamina, so let's wait a little bit to regenerate. If you run out of stamina, you will not be able, needless to say, I would guess, you will not be able to run. You will not be able to attack, if I'm not mistaken. But as long as you wait up, it will regenerate and you should be fine. Okay, so I'm going to choose between this and this. I'm going to keep the axe because it's faster and I like to attack faster. Let's check up for someone in this building. That's probably something I should have done. Alright, you also have a healing machine over here, which I can use and trade points for. So my points will go down while I will be healed and my health will go up. These barrels are useful not only to blow them up if someone is close by. If I'm over here and there's a guy over there, it should try to blow up the barrel because that will do great deals of damage to me. But that will give you ammo with guns once you have one. You need to approach the barrel with a gun and then click on it and expect more ammo. So what I'm currently doing right now is looking for a personal drop airport of sorts. I'm going to call a personal drop, which will give me what I'm good with, which is a chainsaw. For my kind of playthrough, my kind of gameplay, I would say. And that's what I've been most successfully with, is the chainsaw. And considering there are guys there that already kill like 3 people, I'm gonna need all the chances I can get to win. So let's ask for that personal drop. You can also craft stuff like armor. Can totally do that. There's a personal drop airport over here, so I'm gonna activate it. And keep checking for people nearby. So as you can see, I'm using 100 points, and on the bottom left you have seen that my points dropped. Now let's keep attention to our man tracker while crafting something. You can hit trees for wood, you can hit rocks for stones. So let's do that, and I'm gonna now craft armor. At the bottom left, not only you have your health bar, but to the right side of it, you also have a shield, which basically shows you how much armor do you have. So I need one more of wood, of a stick, to make finally a satchel. And you can use a satchel to increase your inventory room. But I'm gonna use it with a bandage right now. So now finally I need, if I'm not mistaken, a rock. So armor with a rock, yes. So let's do this. Hit the stone. My airdrop should be coming anytime soon. So I'm gonna, as you can see, you're also using points. So you can never, you know, sit tight and wait for things to happen. You need to do something in order to achieve victory in this game. So I'm gonna hit my airdrop so that it drops faster than the usual. I'm gonna check my man tracker. There's no one nearby. So I'm gonna just open my drop. I'm gonna have to drop something myself, so I'm gonna drop the blowgun. Let's pick up the chainsaw. Thought I heard someone, but I didn't. I am getting a little bit crazy. Now, I have to make the choice between dropping something or using a buff. This specific airdrop comes with a chainsaw and 2 buffs. I'm gonna take this buff, and I'm gonna pick up the other one and save it. Right now, it's a good time to go for a hunt. So, let's try to track down someone and kill it. With a chainsaw, basically what you need to do is activate it whenever you are close to a target, because the chainsaw, even though it's absolutely overpowered in my opinion when you reach a target, if you keep hitting that target, the guy will stutter and you will not be able to do anything. That's how broken the chainsaw is right now, and I do realize it's not a good idea to show gameplay of it in a review video. I'm aware of that, but I'm just trying to show you how can you win a game, supposedly, or a good chance of winning a game. So right now I'm tracking this guy down. As soon as I get close to him, I will change the chainsaw. I also have a melee weapon, and you might ask why. Basically, if I change from my chainsaw to any other item in my inventory, the chainsaw will stop. And what's special about the chainsaw is that once you select it, you cannot use it straight away. You need to charge it, and it's somewhat random. Okay, the guy is nearby, so I'm not going to choose the chainsaw and try to get it up. The guy's attacking me with the blowgun. He's trying to get me sick. He's failing at it. And he got me. He got me now. And he has a gun as well, but we have a chainsaw, which we might be working with. And we killed him. Let's check for people nearby. We didn't lose too much health, so we're good with that. Okay, there's someone nearby. And I think he's coming. We need to heal up. So let's do that. Let's also put a buff up. And this guy also has a gun, which is unfortunate. It seems everyone called for a gun around here. Well, I called for a chainsaw. Well, maybe that was not a good idea. Getting close to him while he has a gun, that might have not been a good idea. But this is how broken the chainsaw currently is. And we won. We won because this guy and the previous one were the last ones. I was expecting to stay in the game for a little while longer to show you some more stuff. As you can see there at the bottom, there is a box. Those random events happen in the game. There's also gas tanks that I didn't show you, which are tanks spread out through the world that basically players can use to make people come out of a building where they are trying to bunker at. The Culling. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it's a great game. I think right now it's a very promising Battle Royale game, and they announced themselves as the first standalone entry in the Battle Royale genre. Well, they are forgetting about H1Z1, even though H1Z1 just recently split into two games, the sandbox part of it and the Battle Royale part of it. Maybe they came in too late. Maybe the Culling took their place right now, and a lot of people from that are now changing to the Culling. Maybe they will play both of them. They both have great aspects, but the thing is, in H1Z1, you take maybe 5 out of 10 times 10 minutes to find someone. The Culling is a much more straightforward PvP game with action-packed gameplay, where in the first 2-3 minutes, you find someone already. My name has been TheSparrowsJourney. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have so, please like the button. Use the like button at the bottom of this video. If you haven't, use the dislike button and tell me what was wrong with it. And if you have something to say, such as if you agree with what I said, if you have some feedback to tell about the game, please go ahead and tell me in the comment section. I will read it and we will try to make it a discussion out of it. Last but not least, subscribe if you haven't by now. Bye bye. Have a good one.